It's my belated but long-standing dream to find myself in this, among these venerable halls. When the truth of the matter is that maximum, the closest distance I could get ever to the walls of Georgetown University was on a bike when I would bike from George Washington University, which I was attending, and of course, I mean, we all students at George Washington University had certain. Well, we always thought that George Washington was better than Georgetown, but we always said it was better. And what we thought, deep in our heart, that was a little bit different matter. So we had something So anyway, so I can say that I made it at least for today. I came here. I have a big speech with me, but I don't think I should read it because that would be. I don't want you just woken up, and I don't want you to put you back to sleep. But we were a young team, way younger. Now, the good news is that this team had stayed young, because I take care of all of us that lots of young people come in all the time. The bad news is that I don't get younger. So I look old now for my team, and I'm looking forward to the time when I will look obsolete. However, I mean, at that time we were all young. I was 30, just nearly turned 36 at that moment when I got into presidential office. And there was this big group of young people, some in their 20s, some mostly in their early 30s. They were full of ideals. They knew that they wanted to change something. They knew the challenge was so huge. We didn't know from where to start. But we really wanted to make it. And some British journalists at that time compared us to newly released movie of Ocean 11. What we have now is there is this Canadian Center of Law and Democracy that did studies with, there is another watchdog, Transparency International, in 164 countries on people's surveys, how they regard their government bureaucracy. And guess what? People, I mean, they compared, it's a kind of very comprehensive test. People said that we have second most efficient bureaucracy in the world after New Zealand, after having one of the worst ones. One of the worst ones. The country had really transformed not only itself, but it had really become the hub for the region. It had become a biggest trading hub. They just had completed the biggest the biggest shopping mall in Europe in Georgia. Georgia is basically everybody around in our region buys cars in Georgia because it's so easy. It just takes a few minutes, and you don't have to pay extra or anything. There are many other things for which people come to the country. We are now on we have this now frenzy of constructing new airports, new railway, fast-track train, highways in all directions, new cities, without having oil and gas. That's a very important thing. I saw on the way here a photo of my good friend Emir of Qatar. Well, Doha is a beautiful city. Well, some of our cities start to look like Doha, with small difference that there we have a little bit less gas now. We don't have any of it, almost. But that's what also free enterprise can bring. And again, that brings us back to what brings me here to the United States. I had a few days ago a very good meeting with President Obama, and he called Georgia publicly in front of television cameras the model for reforms, democracy, and economic success for the whole region. And it was very nice to hear it from the president, but it's not only him. Secretary Clinton said the same time, many times, same things. Yesterday I went through senators, lots of them, and all of them are saying the same. Marco Rubio said that it's a role model for the whole region. Senator McCain said previously that that he thought that he was Georgian. Maybe he is. I don't know. Suddenly, what's happening? Everybody underestimated my people. They thought that corruption was cultural for my people. The study was released in the World Bank 2 days ago, and it's coincidentally 10 years ago. Then Georgia's president came to exactly at that time to Washington. He was invited to the World Bank. He was lambasted for an hour for corruption, and his assistance was cut off. 10 years later, I went there to present the only ever book World Bank made about defeating corruption in any member country state. And I got a standing ovation on behalf of my country. So they thought that we were, in the past, that corruption was cultural. Well, they underestimated my people. They thought that it's very easy to manipulate our people into all kind of electoral promises or all kind of cheap things. At every elections, they underestimate my people. They thought that once they invade, the people will just surrender, go back to proposed golden cage, as they were promising them. Illusionary one. They totally underestimate my people. My nation bounced back after that invasion dramatically. So again, I think you are incredibly lucky, and I'm incredibly privileged to be here to talk to you. Thank you.